It's the first event of the FedEx Cup playoffs, and we've got you covered from everything from the course to the players to whose caddy's breaking up with who, what's going on, all the drama. We got it here for you. And if you stick around to the end, we're going to live draft a team for the Puppy, which is the FedEx Cup playoffs tournament on Underdog Fantasy. I'm going to tell you how we can match your deposit up to $100 for first-time users. Here we go. What up, everybody? It's your boy, DFS Up North, a.k.a. Josh Thomas here from DFS Army, and we are talking about the FedEx St. Jude Championship. This is the first event of the FedEx Cup playoffs for the top 126, 4, 5? We're at 122, sorry. We had a couple guys withdraw with injuries, but the top 122 golfers with the top 70 moving on to the next stage next week. And then the Tour Championship at East Lake will have the top 20. It is a exciting time of year. Golf is kind of wrapping up. NFL is starting. I am fired up for NFL to get here to be crushing showdowns. And speaking of crushing showdowns, we continue to crush showdowns at DFS Army. This was Sunday. My boy Pocket Change 504 took down the Mini Max for 500 cash money, homie. Top heavy payment. Love it. So if you want to become a part of the DFS Army, right? You want to get in on these showdowns that we've been smashing day in and day out. Big shout out to my guy Fowler too, who smashed last week in showdowns and 4-day. But if you want to get a part of that, use that code UpNorth. That gets you 10% off for life. You can use that now. Get a month of VIP. That gets you from what's the date today? We got August 9th. That gets you to September 9th. So that basically gets you to the first week of NFL, and gets you in to kind of see all the inner workings there. And hey, we got preseason NFL this weekend, right? That's crazy to me that we are already at preseason NFL, but our guys at DFS Army crush it in the preseason for NFL. That's not something that I get into in terms of creating content for, just because it's you have to be so locked into like third and fourth round or string guys, but like our guys like Uppers Lad, like they are in on Twitter. They know exactly who's getting the reps, and that is a huge advantage for us here at DFS Army. Keg, he's crushing it over there too. So again, you want to get on that. You want to build your bankroll for NFL, come join us. That's where it's at. 10% off for life. Use that code UpNorth. So like I said, we are the FedEx Cup playoffs now. We are the FedEx St. Jude at TPC Southwind. This used to be a WGC event. And before that, it was just a regular stop on tour. But we are in Memphis, Tennessee at TPC Southwind. This tournament does a ton for St. Jude Children's Hospital, which is near and dear to my heart. And it is a fun event. I like the course quite a bit. It's a par 70, 72-43. It's fairly long here. We get a lot of, longer approach shots, not like a lot over 200, but you're kind of hammering that 150 to 200 range this week, into some smallish greens. All right. 4,300 square feet. Tons of bunkers, tons of water. I believe that this has the highest number of water balls on tour, which is kind of crazy. Water is in play on 11 holes. Ron Pritchard, not a famous architect by any means, consulted with Hubie Green and Fuzzy Zeller in 1988 to build this course. They've been hosting tournaments here pretty much ever since. This used to be called the Daniel Berger Open. Unfortunately, he is hurt this week, dealing with an injury. So Daniel Berger has crushed here over the years. But that sort of player is like a Daniel Berger, is kind of the mold that we're looking for. And to be honest, one of my core plays this week is like Daniel Berger. I don't want to say light. He's better than Daniel Berger, but they carry a lot of the same skill sets. So we'll get to that here in a minute. Champion Bermuda grass greens. Fairways are Zoysia, which you can't get a bad lie on. They're really bouncy. The rough is, they're saying 0.425 inches or 0.425 in the fairways, but then 2.5-inch Bermuda in the rough, right? So that Bermuda in the rough, it tangles, it's hard, you get flyer weird lies out of it. It's really hard around the greens. past spring, they recontoured some of the fairways, resurfaced them, and it's been really, really dry there. So they haven't got a lot of rain. They've been dealing with some drought. So I think this course is going to play hard and fast. All right. It's not going to be lush, maybe like we're used to seeing here. Some comp courses. We got like Sea Island, Pebble Beach because of the similar sort of fairway structures and the smaller greens. TPC Craig Ranch, where they play the AT&T Byron Nelson this year. All good comp courses here. So if you're looking at a guy who's maybe had success at one of those courses, you might find them being successful here. Average cut line -2, average winning score. This goes back, I believe, 5 years of data was about -15. The average round score is -0.75. That is just in the last 3 years since it's been a WGC. That score goes up quite a bit when you broaden it out to a full field, which they played here for years and years and years. But under par is good. Right, under par is good, and what we've kind of seen here, in at least in the WGC, is that a guy had one really, really low round and then just played solid the rest of the day, the rest of the way. So 62 is out there, 63 is out there, 61 might even be out there if the conditions are right. Like I said here, 150 to I said 175 on the screen here, but 150 to 200 yard approach shots are really, really big here. You want to be in the fairway, and they're tighter. It's not usually like that big of a deal. It hasn't seemed, but I think that with the run out this year, it's going to be a bigger issue. And I think we'll see guys sort of club down on the tees. You don't need to putt here. JT actually lost strokes putting for the week. It's a little bit misleading because he just had one really bad round where he lost like -3.75 round putting, but you don't necessarily need to putt here, but it does help. So I want to, it's not something that I'm like completely ignoring this week. But I think that approach play has shown to be very, very important here and can overcome some of those things. Guys have to crush it tee to green. You have to crush it tee to green here. And that with my plays this week is kind of where I'm at. We've seen winners here. Like I said, one big round, right? Abe Answer was buoyed by a -8 second round. Made everything with putter all week. JT lost strokes putting, but still won. Brooks was in the middle. This is like prime time Brooksy here, -16. Crushed, was in the middle of him winning everything, putted out of his mind. So like I said, you don't have to putt well here, but it's a huge advantage if you can. So we want to look for a golfer that, good approach, just kind of that whole package, right? And ideally better approach than putting, but if you can be strong in approach and putt a little bit, or have shown that you can get that putter going, that's great. At least for the top end guys, right? As we go down the salary schedule on FanDuel and DraftKings and whatever, you're not going to get all of that, right? So you just need to kind of dial in on a guy that's like really, really good at something. All right. Because guys are priced at 6,800 for a reason, because they're not good at everything, right? So you got to find where you're going to go. So for me this week, these are my core players. All right. And let me talk you through a little bit of my strategy here. But number one, it's Scotty Scheffler. All right. It came down this week for me between Scotty and Rory at the top of the salary schedule. All right. I'm projecting Scotty at around like 13-14% ownership and Rory closer to that 20% mark. So I'm not only getting a discount on Scotty, I think he could actually come in a little lower because people are going to look at the value of a guy like Jon Rahm at $800 less than Scheffler and push their chips in on those guys. So I think that Scotty could come in maybe one of the lower owned guys above 10K. That's completely possibly just bullshit, right? Like it could go the other way, but that's right now kind of what I'm thinking happens here. All right. But he's just the whole package, right? We haven't seen him in a while. And when guys don't play very often, especially this time of year, it tends to keep their ownership a little bit lower. But just really, really top 15 finishes here in his 2 appearances. Just a no-brainer for me on Scotty Scheffler this week. I think that putter heats up for him. And just I think he wins this week. I really do. Victor Hoblin at 9K is just way too cheap. This is a course that doesn't smallish greens, but really rewards good ball striking. Hoblin's one of the better ball strikers in the field, sucks around the greens. All right. But we see that around the green doesn't necessarily correlate to scoring here. So I like Hovland in that aspect. And also that these smaller greens, like you don't have to, like Hovland's trouble is when he's got to chip and carry it, right? It's got to go 50 yards or whatever along the green and you got to run, like he can't do that, right? But these smallish greens where he's only making some short maybe a little more delicate chips, but he's able to get up and down in those situations. Sam Burns is the the Daniel Berger light guy that I was talking about. I think they have similar career paths. They have similar styles of play. They are both pretty good ball strikers. Burns can heat up with the putter at times. He's a birdie making machine. And that's very similar to Daniel Berger, who's had a ton of success here. All right. Burns has won on, the picture there is him at the Valspar. These courses where there is a premium on finding fairways, avoiding water, things like that. He just checks all the boxes for me. It was, again, my core plays here this week. It was really between him and Colin Morikawa because the price of Morikawa is insane. I'm going to be overweight there as well. But not quite as, most of these core plays guys, especially the guys that are over like 8,000, I'm looking at 30 to 40% in my lineups. Morikawa, I'll probably have 20 to 30, but Burns just he makes too much sense. I think here's the thing. People are going to be scared off of him in DFS because everybody and their mother on Twitter is betting him this week. And I understand that the Twitter bubble that we live in DFS golf is not real life. Like I would say that there's probably 50% of people in your lineups consume zero or in your contests consume zero content during the week, right? But everybody and their mother is betting Burns. And I think that because of that, they're going to go underweight in DFS because people don't like to make themselves so liable on one player. So I think that Burns is going to come in a little bit underowned here, and I'm smashing it at 8,600. And then finally, the win man, Mr. Bojangles himself, Chesson Hadley, the core curse here this week. Was on him 2 weeks ago as a core play. Sucked. Came out last week, was unreal approach. Didn't putt well, which held him back from really even a higher place finish, but just so good approach. And this is what I said. You gotta be really, really good at one thing. And at 6,400, I'll take a guy that's gaining like 8 strokes over his last 2 tournaments approach, right? Love Bojangles, Chesson Hadley this week. And I played him a ton last week. He's in my core lineup or my main lineup last week. So I was able to benefit from that. He just wasn't a core play in my core for the week. So that's my core plays for this week, right? If you want to know like who I'm fading, who I'm underweight on, what the rest of my sort of lineup construction looks like, you got to become a DFS Army VIP member. You can use that code UpNorth to get you 10% off. But if you want to get a deposit match at Underdog Fantasy, you can use the code DFSUpNorth. I'm going to include the link here below in the comments. And we are going to join the Pup Cut. Yes. Or the Pup Cup. All right. I am waiting on how many more people? 2 people here. Let me share my screen. Hopefully we get 2 people in here quick. So basically what this is, I'm only waiting for one other person. We have a contest here this week, and I have like cashed out my account here on Underdog. I saved $5 for you guys to play one more contest. Waiting on one more person here. But basically what this is this is a 3-week contest. Basically this week, next week, and the Tour Championship. You draft 10 golfers. You obviously want all 10 of your guys to go to the next round, but I believe we only score 6. Let me check the rules here while we're waiting for this to fill. Let me see. Where's my rules? Oh, we're filled. We are waiting and ready to go. All right. What pick do I have? Oh, Drewby's in here with the 1.1. Do I got the turn? Oh, I like that. I like that I got the turn. So basically, like I said, you're drafting 10 golfers. Again, you want these guys to advance to the next round. So there's a little bit of strategy in here, and we can kind of see how it works and who's going where. It's a 10-round draft. Like I said, 6 guys. You're only drafting 60 golfers. You should get most guys into the next round, hopefully. You don't want to take too many chances here, but you're gonna be pretty safe. So let's see, Scotty, Rory. So by ADP, I should be able to get Rahm and Cantlay, which I'm not even gonna think twice about that. We should bring up the FedEx Cup rankings, FedEx Cup standings, because that'll tell us who has a better chance of making it to East Lake or not. So Scotty is number 1 here. Because Ram, where's he at? He might be ways down there. Ooh, 16? I don't think he's in danger of missing it, but that's not super safe. Oh, look at this. All right, so we get Tom Hoge at 17. That's a late round steal for ya boy. Let's go. All right, Taylor Gooch is still currently in there. Obviously not going to play. That's interesting. I like that. Hoagie way up there. Let's go. Is there any other guys that we're ways away on picks here? Let's see. Drewby's going to auto draft. Look at Morikawa way down there. Oh, Davis Riley, Seamus Power, JJ Spawn. Some of these guys have a real chance to make it to East Lake, right? they get a real chance over some of these guys who might be a little bit higher owned. I like that. All right, so Drew went Scheffler. Sam Olsen 31 here. I hope we don't get a bunch of autopilots. Rory, okay. Ooh, Andrew jumped and grabbed Cantley in front of us. All right, where are we going here? JT. Where's Finau? Where is Finau in the standings? He's 7th. All right, I'm on the clock. They went Cam Smith. Where's Xander in the standings? 4th. Okay, I'm just taking Xander here. I'm going to take Xander, and then I'm going to draft Finau on the turn. Both should get to East Lake. I don't see any problem with either of those guys getting to East Lake, right? Okay, now let's see. So my next picks are going to be at 19 and 18. So ADP says I should get guys like Lowry, Horschel, Davis Riley, Corey Connors, Tom. Man, Hoagie's ADP is up there. Like, he's not a good golfer. Maybe that's not the steal. I was thinking I was going to get him in like the last round. No chance. If I'm at 23, like, I'll draft Hoagie at like 40. All right, where are we at? 9 picks away. Young Vince went Rom. There we go. Fitzy goes. Has anybody taken Hoblin yet? Oh, man. Oh, that's Sam Olsen got a steal here on Sam Burns at the 11. I think that Burns is a top 10 choice in this contest. You know what? 1 is not a bad pick here either. I like the turnaround rate because I can kind of hammer that mid-tier, but I don't hate that. Somehow let Hoblin get to me. Billy Horschel, 19th. Ay. So here's the deal. Like, you get some of these guys down in this range, right? Or it's top 30 go to East Lake, right? Yeah, it's 30. Like, if Herbert has a really good week this week, he might lock himself into East Lake, right? Cam Young. Ugh. I love Cam Young, but I just don't think. Oh, and here's the deal, too. Like, frick, all right? You got to be thinking ahead to, like, the next week, the next week, the next week, the week after that. But you just got to get through week number 1, right? So Xander and Finau, I think, are both good plays here. But, like, if somehow this guy can sneak to me with Victor Hovland, oh, my goodness. Come on, sneak to me. Take Morikawa. Take Hideki. Mm-hmm. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, thank you. Yes, I love Hovland this week. He's a core play for me, right? We are drafting Victor Hovland. Love it. All right, so I got one more pick here. Where am I going? Let's slide down the list here. Okay, so here's a guy that I think is really good this week. That's going to be sneaky, and that's Tyrrell Hatton. Like, I don't really like any of these other guys. I think Hatton's sneaky. Where's he at in the FedEx Cup? All right, let me see. Am I running out of time here? Am I going to run out of time? Is he way down there, though? Shit. How much time do I have? Ah! I just changed my screen. There we go. Did it auto pick somebody for me? Oh, Todd, I got autoed. I got auto pick. All right, Homa, whatever. I'll take Homa. Homa's a good play. It was between Hatton and Homa for me. We got to find out where Hatton is on the FedEx Cup standings. He might be like way down there. He just hasn't played a ton this year. Like, I think he's a great play this week. And I think Homa's a good play this week too. But where the heck is Hatton? Steele, Kuchar, Hatton's 51. So he needs a good week here. But you got to get these guys in, and you just got to make it through week 1 and kind of hope for the best, right? 7 picks away. All right. Neiman, Connors, Lowry, Riley. Did he go? Drewby went Hoagie at 24. I think that's too. I mean, shit, we might get Hatton back here. I'm putting him in the queue so I don't get auto picked here. I think Julian Kim, Tommy Kim is a good play this week. Are guys sneaking down the board here trying to pick people? We do not want Tommy Fleetwood. That is a fact. You're going to take JT Postone. JT Postone over Tyrrell Hatton. Oh, my God. Somebody give me Hatton and Kim. Give me Hatton and Kim. I would go bonkers if I got Hatton and Kim. Fuck, fine. You can take Tom Kim. I'm okay with that. Give me Terrell Hatton. He's winning this week. Give me Terrell Hatton. Come on, young Vince. You don't want him. You want Sahith Theegala. Come on. Son of a bitch. Now what do I do? All right, hold on. We got to scroll here. We're in trouble. I got 20 seconds. Oh, I don't like this. 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 I'm just going to draft Seamus Power. I think he's a decent value here. I don't like Kiz. I tell you what. I'm going to, it's gross. I'm taking Scott Stallings. I don't like that. All right. So where's Stallings in the FedEx Cup standings? He's got to be towards the top, isn't he? He's been playing so well lately. Oh boy, am I in trouble here? Oh no, 44, 42. All right, we can get on board with Stallings at 42. Yeah, I don't hate that. Let's go. Pendrith is a guy. Okay, we gotta get ahead of the game here. I'm battling right now. Pendrith's the guy we like this week. I think JJ Spawn is sneaky if you advance, but I don't love his ADP. Mito Pereira, he's been terrible, buddy. I always love Alex Noren. I think Lucas Hebert is a good play. How about guys for like this week that are just really a good option down here? It's really none of these guys. Steven Jagger, maybe. My boy Chesson, we can throw him on the board here. Oh, I got like 10 picks left. You can take Tiger Woods. All these guys down here are just getting picked like barely. Killer Keith. Oh, Drewby took Spawn. Son of a bitch. All right. We're still battling here. We're still battling. I don't love. Where's Sibu in the standings? 50th. He would need a week, man. He was terrible last week, though. He pulled out. All right, we gotta get Pendrith here. Pendrith is our target. I would take Cam Davis as well. I'd take Adam Scott. I think Adam Scott's due a win here. Cage Lee, man. Yeah, I could get on board with Cage Lee. Okay, they took Davis. Give me Pendrith. Pendrith, Hebert. Pendrith, Noren. What's Noren's? Noren was so good earlier this year, but he's got to be like 61. Okay. Okay, we are going to take, right, Taylor Pendrith. Where are we at in the standings here? I'm sorry, I'm focusing. 62. Yeah, I think he's a good course fit. And we're going to take Lucas Hebert. And hope that Alex Noren's there when we come back around again. All right. This is getting long. We're at 23, longer than we usually do. Remember, you can use that code DFSUpNorth here. You can find the link in the comments to figure out, or in the description to figure out how to get in on the puppy. Right? I don't think there's any way this thing fills. It's possible, but I don't love it. I don't love it to fill. What's my team even look like right now? Xander, Tony, Vic, Homa, Seamus, Stallings, Pendrith, Hebert. So basically we need, ideally, like if you're going to win the 20,000 here, right? You need Schauffele or Finau basically to finish 1-2. That's what you're trying to draft, right? I'm going to throw Adam Scott in my ADP or in my queue here. And I'm going to move him ahead of my boy Chesson, Love Chess, but... Ooh, Drewby. All right. Just not guys I love. Where's Sam Olsen going here? I think Bezuidenhout was... I don't have him on my sheet this week, but, that's value there. Oh, son of a bitch. Somebody took Noren. Smalley's up there. It's hard to not think long-term here, right? Like Rye. Oh, I love Rye. Yeah, like Chesson has to play out of his head this week to move on, right? Scott doesn't necessarily. He's got to play well. Smalley, HV3. Yeah, Bez. I'm probably going to take Bez Scott here if I can. It's not like my favorite thing in the world, but makes sense. For whatever reason, Ches Reeves played really well here over the years. I think Wyndham Clark's maybe a late guy we can snag. What's Callum Tarrant at in the standings? Oh, he's all the way down here, man. He's played. I feel like he's played better than that. Johnny Vegas, gross. All right, yeah, we're going Bez and Adam Scott draft, and that's it. I did it. Is that my team? Oh yeah, that's it, baby. Let's go. All right, so my team here is Xander. Can we see it? All right, we can see everybody. Xander, Finau, Vic, Homa, Power. I don't love that Power pick. Stallings, but those guys are up there in the FedEx Cup. So Taylor Pendrith, Lucas Ebert, Christian Bezutenhout, and Adam Scott. I tell you what, I don't hate it. I can get all 10 guys into next week. I don't hate that at all. So again, if you want to get on Underdog with me and compete with me in the puppy here, you can use code DFSUpNorth. That gets you a match up to $100 on your first deposit. Otherwise, ladies and gents, that's what I got this week. If you want to become a DFS Army VIP, you can use the code UpNorth. That gets you 10% off for life at DFS Army. Good luck this week. Looking forward to the playoffs starting here and hopefully having some fun. I think they have a contest like this on DraftKings as well. I saw some guys in Discord talking about that. So we can get in Discord and chop it up and talk about our strategies there too. All right, guys, have a great week. Peace. See you soon.